Hey, Tiffany, are you there? I just wanted to make sure that you were ready for the wedding. You do know that you have to follow the plan exactly how I laid it out for you, right? I don't want to see even a single misstep from you. I mean it. If anything goes wrong at the wedding, it is all going to be on you, understand?
Carmen, please. As my mother-in-law, I'm asking to please just let me not go to the wedding. I mean, I'm not even any kind of wedding planner. You just came up to me one day and started listing off things you'd like to see at the wedding.
Well, what is even the point of having you around if you can't do something as simple as plan a wedding? Maybe if you talked less and listened more, you wouldn't be having this problem. Now, I told you exactly how I wanted this wedding to go. It is your job to make sure that that dream comes true and that it's perfect down to the last detail.
Carmen, I get that you want all this, but it's Lucy's wedding, and she hasn't mentioned anything about this to me.
Oh, so you're saying that you don't care if you totally ruin Lucy's wedding, all because she didn't tell you what she wanted?
Of course that's not what I'm saying, but I am literally 8 months pregnant. I am pretty much ready to pop. If anything happens, if I were to end up having this baby early, I wouldn't be able to help at all. Besides, I really would like to be able to concentrate more on this as it is my first child. And with all that in mind, I just really don't think that I should be at Lucy's wedding at all.
You really are such a worrywart. Do you know that? What does any of this wedding business have to do with your baby? Take it from me, someone who has had kids and raised them too. You need to be keeping your body fit while you're pregnant. Or at least give yourself something to do and concentrate on. That's why you have to make sure Lucy's wedding is perfect. And if I hear even a single grumble or gripe from any of the guests, you will be hearing about it.
So you're really just going to use me to do all this hard work that you don't do?
What else is a daughter-in-law for? I'm the mother-in-law, and that means that what I say goes, got it?
Please, Carmen. I'll give you some money to help pay for the preparations if you'll just let me rest and focus on the baby.
You really are just pathetic, do you know that? You are going to be there at the wedding, and that is that. You useless, stupid woman. How could you miss Lucy's wedding? What is the matter with you? Do you know how embarrassing it was for me to have to explain why you weren't there?
I already told you about this, Carmen. I'm going to be giving birth any day now, and I wasn't going to the wedding in the first place.
Well, I know you said that, but I didn't think that you actually meant it. But whatever, I suppose there really is no going back on any of this now.
And just what is that supposed to mean?
Well, I mean that if you're really going to miss my daughter's wedding, all because of your pregnancy, then I just really don't think that I have any more use for you. And that's why I was sent off the divorce papers for you and my son. Now I want you to pack your bags and leave this house right now.
You mean you really submitted the paperwork for Tom and I to get a divorce?
That's right. What else do you think I meant by that? But you only have yourself to blame. I have no idea what my son was thinking about getting with you.
I don't believe it. How could you do this? Well, whatever. I'll just go to the courthouse tomorrow and explain the mistake to them.
It's too late. Those papers have already been long processed. There's nothing you can do about this now.
Well, I am just going to see about that, because I don't remember putting my signature on any kind of divorce papers.
I tried to warn you. I told you time and time again not to miss that wedding, didn't I? But thanks to you, I was the one left in charge of things. And let's just say the wedding was not what I had pictured when I gave you my specifications. But I guess it worked for what it was.
I don't get it, Carmen. Do you really not care at all what happens to your grandchild that I'm carrying right now?
Of course I'm not worried. What could possibly happen? You watch way too many soap operas, but until you learn to behave yourself, you are banned from this house. Now pack up your bags and never ever come back here again. If you'll excuse me, I have some dinner plans to attend, but I want you out of the house before I get back.
Hey Tiffany, how's it going? I'm just about to head back home. Just let me know if you want me to pick up anything on my way back.
Thanks so much for asking after me, Owen. But aren't you going to that dinner with your wife?
What? That thing? Nah, I wasn't going to go to that. Besides, an after party for a wedding really isn't for parents to be going to.
Oh, really? But Carmen told me that she was going to be going. That's why I thought you were too.
Yeah, well, I guess she had something upsetting her about the wedding today. She said she was going to go and try and brighten her mood. But we'll see how that goes when she's surrounded by women half her age.
Oh, I see. Well, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry I missed the wedding today.
That's okay. You have nothing to apologize for.
I just think that I'm the reason why Carmen is so upset, because I didn't go to the wedding.
I don't understand. Did my wife say something to you that made you think that?
Yeah, she told me that I was an awful person for missing the wedding and that she wanted me to move out.
She really said that to you? I am so sorry about that, Tiffany.
No, you don't have anything to apologize for either. It's not like any of this was your fault either.
I know. But what was she thinking acting like that? I mean, can't she see that you're pregnant? You've got more important things to worry about. But did she do something else? Are you okay?
Well, actually, she told me that she submitted the divorce papers for Tom and I.
You've got to be kidding me. Why in the world would she do that?
I was going to try and go to the courthouse to fix this mistake, but your wife said it was already too late.
I had no idea this was going on. But I'll try talking to Carmen to get to the bottom of this.
You really have some nerve, do you know that? I know that you went and cried to my husband last night. It's all your fault that he's mad at me now. You really should know better than to mess with your mother-in-law. You think I'm just going to lie here and let you get away with this? I'll teach you a harsh lesson about what you've done.
I don't get it. What did I even do? You're the one throwing me out of the house while I'm so pregnant. Do you really not see at all how you're being bad here too?
I don't really care at all what you think about this situation. The point is that I'm your mother-in-law and you have a duty to do as I say.
Oh, come on. You can't really believe that, right? You're just saying that so you can make me do the work you don't want to. But try and think about the baby that I'm carrying. You're literally kicking me out of the house. You went and filed for me to divorce your son. You're completely out of control right now. You realize this is my first kid, right? I already had enough to worry about without you acting like this. So can you please just leave me alone already?
You really are such a crybaby. Why in the world do you think you got to live in the house? It's because you belong to me, just like the house. You are nothing but an object to me, and if you won't do as I say, then I don't need you.
So you really just don't care at all what happens to me then, is that it?
I care about you doing what I want when I want. Do that for me and I might even start to like you. But if you're just going to talk back and disobey me, then this is the kind of treatment you can expect from me.
Okay, fine then. Be that way. If you really want to play this way, then that's just fine.
Oh no, I'm so scared. Whatever will a nobody like you do to me?
You have no idea how scared you really should be, but I hope you're ready for what I have in store for you.
Oh, of course. I'm just shivering right now thinking about whatever terrible thing it is you have in mind. So why don't you go ahead and give me your best shot, huh? Hey, Owen, are you there? I can't seem to get into the house. What's going on? Why isn't my key working? Did you change the locks or something? Wait a second. This is probably all that damn Tiffany's fault, isn't it?
No, Carmen. Tiffany has nothing to do with this at all.
What do you mean? Then what's going on?
I'm afraid that all of this was by my own doing. I had the locks changed while you were away. You're not going to be able to get into any of those doors with the keys that you have on you now.
I don't understand though. Why would you do something like this to me? How am I supposed to get inside now? And don't think I don't know this isn't all about that little Miss Uppity who I ran out of the house. Are you really going to choose her over your own wife?
Yes. Tiffany told me all about how you wanted to kick her out of our house.
And so what? Who cares what I want to do to her?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that Tiffany isn't going to be the only one moving out. We're moving out too.
I don't get what you're trying to say. This is our home. Why would you leave? Why would you all take Tiffany's side like this?
Look, Carmen, I know the house is yours. I'm not going to fight you on that.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm asking you questions that you're not answering.
And I'm telling you what you need to know. You can have the house. You were the one that wanted a place this huge anyways. A beautiful exterior, a huge backyard that hardly ever gets used, peeling paint on the long empty halls. You insisted on such an expensive house, and I've done nothing to take care of it at all.
But wait, if you all leave, then that means I'll be left to pay for the rest of the mortgage.
You're not letting me finish here. The house is already paid off, and the one who did it is Tiffany's father.
You can't be serious about that, right?
No. When she moved in here, he offered to pay off the house since she'd be living with us. He spoke to me about it, and so I transferred the mortgage to his name so that he could pay it off. So while the house may be yours in spirit, legally speaking, it belongs to Tiffany's family.
But why wasn't I informed about any of this at all? How could you just choose to do something that huge and important without telling me first?
I tried to bring it up and mention it to you, but you weren't listening to me at all. But anyways, Tiffany knows all of this, and she knows that you don't have a right to throw her out. So when I meant that we were moving out, I meant you and I.
That can't be right. She wasn't even there for our daughter's wedding, and you're going to give her the house? We should sue her. She can't kick us out of here.
Carmen, The house isn't ours. We don't have a claim to it. If we were sued, the case would be thrown out right away.
No, that can't be right. You don't really mean that.
You know, Tiffany didn't have to let us keep living there after her dad paid the house off. She was doing it out of the kindness of her heart.
And now she's using that kindness to try and throw us out of our own home?
Carmen, do you really think you have any right to be this mad right now? I mean, do you really not know why she's acting like this?
Are you really asking me if I have any idea why she's stabbing her family in the back like this? No, I guess I don't.
Well then, I just don't know what to say. But you should know that Tiffany has been nice enough to get us a hotel room for a few days. Maybe you should go and apologize to her, because things aren't going to look great for you if you don't.
You have got to be kidding me. You can't really expect me to apologize to a woman like that. Owen, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting rather sick of living in this hotel and would love to come back home if that's okay with you. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind talking to Tiffany and asking if we can't go back to living in our home.
I already told you, Carmen. If you want to fix this, you're the one that's going to have to go and talk to Tiffany. And then, it's up to Tiffany whether or not she wants to forgive you for what she's done.
Oh, come on. She's still young. She has her life ahead of her, and she's going to hang on to a grudge like this? Don't you see that you've been tricked by her? That's why you're taking her side. You don't realize what you're doing.
Okay. Now you just are being ridiculous, Carmen. I'm not being tricked, and I'm well aware of what I'm doing. None of this is Tiffany's fault at all. Do you understand?
Of course it's all her fault. If it's not her fault, then whose else's fault could it possibly be?
You mean to tell me that you still don't get it? How have you gone this far without blaming yourself for any of this? You're always just trying to say that you're right when you're the problem. You're doing it now. You did it at the wedding. You do it all the time. You're always ignoring whatever Tiffany says to you and trying to give her more orders instead. And now, you've dried up her patience when she was the one doing kind things for us, and here we are. You're the reason we've lost the house. But why do you care when it was a house we could barely afford and that you didn't take care of? Instead, you insisted that we buy it, have us up to our necks in debt, and still lost the house in the end.
Man, you're such a crybaby. Do you know that? I didn't realize I married a toddler.
So you're really just gonna blow everything I just said off? You're the problem here. You aren't living in the real world. You're only interested in yourself, and you don't care about who you hurt to get what you want. I mean, you were literally trying to make your daughter-in-law work when she could be having your grandchild any day now. You do realize she's pregnant with our grandchild, don't you? Why would you try and put her under so much stress and work her like that?
What is this? What do you know about being pregnant? I was working just as hard as I ever was that day I had our first child.
You really are just delusional. I don't even know what else I can say to you but this. It wasn't Tiffany who should have gotten the divorce. It was us. That much is obvious to me now.
You don't really mean that, do you, Owen?
I'm afraid I do. No matter what I try, you just refuse to listen to anyone but yourself. And I don't want to be attached to you and responsible for you when you go out acting like this. I can't be married to a criminal.
A criminal? Did you really just call me that? And what crime could I have possibly done?
You mean you still haven't figured it out? You do realize that forging signatures on divorce paperwork is illegal, don't you? You committed fraud when you signed those papers for Tiffany and our son. And you committed fraud when you had those papers processed in their names too. I heard that Tiffany's already gone to the police about it too.
There you go. She isn't really part of this family if this is the way that she chooses to act toward her family. Can't you see that she's just heartless?
The only heartless one I can see here is you. But that's exactly why I want the divorce. So that I don't have to be family with you anymore. I'll talk to you when I've gotten all the paperwork ready. Then you can finally sign divorce papers with your own name. What do you think about that?
Please don't do this too. You're not thinking straight, Owen. You're not really going to leave me over this, are you? Owen, answer your messages right now. I'm trying to talk to you. This is all your fault. If you had just been at the wedding like I asked you to be, then none of this would have happened. But now my husband is leaving me and it's all your fault.
I really have no idea what you think you're doing messaging me right now. I've already said all that I have to say to you. What do you think we're going to accomplish doing this?
You think the whole world needed to bend over backwards for you just because you're pregnant? I was just asking for a little help. Just a hand in dealing with the wedding. And apparently even that was too big of an ask for you.
You weren't asking for a little help. You were trying to make me plan a whole wedding all by myself. Do you have any idea how my mother died? She was pregnant with my little sister. She died and the doctors were barely able to save my little sister. She was born weeks premature. I was so scared with all the stress and work you were putting me under that the same thing might happen to me. And no matter how many times I told you I couldn't do it or needed help, you refused to listen to me. Instead, you insisted that everything be done your way with no regard for the well-being or of myself or my baby. I don't even know if now you're aware of the damage that you could have done with your recklessness, but I never, ever want to live with you ever again.
Well, you should have talked to me about this. I had no idea this was all going through your head. But instead, you just had to announce that you weren't going to the wedding with no further explanation.
I did explain all of this to you, Carmen. I explained it to you over and over again, and you just didn't listen. If not, this just proves that my words went in one ear and straight out the other for you. You never cared about anything or anyone other than yourself.
You don't honestly think that, do you? You have to know that of course I would have taken your side if you had just explained things to me. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to break you and my son up despite knowing how much money you got from your late father?
Oh, I know that. Just who do you think paid for your own daughter's wedding? It certainly wasn't you. Owen came to me and told me that you two couldn't afford even the most humble of weddings because of the debt that you had gotten yourselves into. He came to me, hat in hand, and asked if I wouldn't mind helping to fund the wedding.
But you can't be serious. I didn't have any idea about this.
Well, now you do. Your daughter's wedding, your own house, it's all thanks to me and my family that you had either. But then you just had to go off and act the way that you did. And now that everything is falling apart around you, you're just looking for someone to blame. If you want your house back, you can have it. But you'll have to pay me back for what my dad paid.
I don't have that kind of money. Do you really expect a lady at my age to go back to work?
I don't expect you to do anything. After all, you couldn't even really afford to live in this house anyway.
Well, look, if it's money you want, then you should go to my husband for the house and my daughter for the wedding.
You just don't get it. But you'll get what's coming to you soon enough. After that, Owen contacted Carmen about their divorce. He had gotten the divorce papers, signed his half of them, and told her that she had only to sign her half and it could all be finally over. Of course, at the same time that was going on, I was also suing Carmen for her falsified divorce papers. The lawyer that Carmen had hired to try and handle all of these sudden cases advised her to fold on every single one. He told her she didn't have a legal leg to stand on and that it would be cheaper and easier for her to accept the divorce and losses. Carmen pled guilty to forging the signatures and was slapped with a heavy fine to pay me. Carmen was pushed deeper and deeper into a debt that there was no way she was ever going to be able to dig herself out of. I hear that now she lives in a tiny apartment all by herself, working multiple part-time jobs just to make ends meet. As for me, after my lawsuit with Carmen, my marriage status was restored, and about a week after that, I finally gave birth to my child. Once I had dealt with Carmen, it was like a weight had suddenly been lifted off my shoulders. The final week of my pregnancy was a breeze without all the stress that I had been dealing with before. Even the birthing process went so much smoother than I thought it would. It was like I was able to enter a totally peaceful mind state in the euphoria of being freed from Carmen. I still keep in contact with Owen, and he was so happy to finally meet his new grandson. We avoid the topic of Carmen usually, but there is always something else to talk about. In the end, I am just glad that I have a true family around me. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
I just wanted to make sure that you're going to be making dinner for me every day now, right? We just had the wedding yesterday, and that now means starting today that you and I are to act just like proper husband and wife. As my wife, you are going to do everything and anything I need from you, right?
Well, you don't have to say it like that, Brody. I plan to be the same woman you ended up marrying, and let's do our best to support one another.
Huh? You're joking, right?
What do you mean? Did it sound like that was a joke to you?
You and I just got married, right? Which means things between us are going to be a lot different now than they were before. I shouldn't have to tell you that, right? You should already know what your job is now as my wife.
What? What things between us are supposed to have changed now besides you and I being married?
Oh, for crying out loud. Are you really begging for me to just flat out say what I mean to you? I guess you really don't have any idea what I'm talking about now, huh? I just told you that we got married and you are my wife now. Do you really think that means we will both be working together to support one another? Do you call yourself a wife when you speak like that about us?
Wait a second. I don't actually understand what's going on here. Are you trying to go on about who does what when it comes to chores now?
I'm not trying to tell you who's going to do what. And that's because you are going to do everything when it comes to the chores around the house.
Huh? What? You want me to do everything in the house?
You're the wife now. And that's part of what comes with being the wife, right? Or are you going to say you never knew anything about that? Did you really just get married to me without that kind of common sense?
What common sense are you talking about? This whole time you and I have been together, we've made sure that we're both equally doing the chores, right? It's been that way with everything, including the cooking.
Come on! Why are you trying to act like I do any of that now, lol? I'm not going to be cooking for myself for as long as you're my wife. You and I got married, so it's your job now to take care of me.
What was all of that then that we had before getting married? You and I were both working together to get cooking and cleaning done. What happened to that version of you, Brody? I assumed that since we've always been doing things like that, we'd continue to do so after marriage.
I'm shocked by this. It's actually pretty incredible that you lack the kind of common sense that women normally have, lol.
Are you trying to tell me that all along you just assumed after we got married that I'd be the only one responsible for the chores and cooking in this house? I don't get it. That's not at all fair to me, especially since we're both working full-time jobs right now.
What kind of fairness are we getting at here? Lol. This is how it's always been for married couple, and that just means you're going to have to put in more work. We both got things we have to do that aren't the same, and that's why it might seem like this is all unfair to you.
Well then, what do you have to do that I don't have to?
Work.
But I'm also working right now. That's the whole reason why you and I have been splitting the housework between us, right?
Well, I'm a male, which means I have a right to work. I don't have to worry about cleaning the house or making meals. Now that we got that clear, I expect there to be dinner ready for me when I get home today. And from now on, you are to speak to me with very polite English. Do you understand?
Would you hold on just a second? You are not the same Brody that I was dating just the other day. You're like a completely different person from him, and it's a bit scary. Is this not just some kind of joke right now? Are you really trying to tell me that this is the man you've been this whole time, Brody?
This is the real me. The only reason I wasn't acting like this before is because we weren't quite married yet. Now that you and I are married, though, I can go back to being the man I've always been.
I have zero clue what you mean. I can go ahead and make dinner for us tonight, all right? But let's talk about all of this again later, please.
What was that food? I know. I already said this once yesterday, but are you actually trying to piss me off right now?
In what way am I trying to piss you off, Brody?
Do you really think I wanted to eat something like that last night? Like, seriously? Do you really think you can call yourself a wife when you only cook up 2 things for me to eat?
I think you're just asking for too much food. I was a bit stressed by how you were acting all of yesterday, but it seems that same behavior is carried over into today.
Why did you only make up 2 different things to eat yesterday? That is not what I call dinner. I want you to make at least 5 different things for me each night for dinner.
5 different things? That's not going to happen when I also have to work every day.
You do realize I'm not asking you to do this for me. I'm telling you to. In other words, this is an order from me.
Huh? Are you going to try and force me into cooking that much for you now?
Hey, shut your mouth. I don't want you forgetting that you are my wife now, and you have new responsibilities. That also means you need to start talking to me more politely.
You really want me to be polite with you right now? Really?
You making me such a little to eat last night has really made me start thinking twice about you and what you're doing. I don't give a crap that you're working a job like me or not. I want 5 different foods cooked for me each night. Do you understand that? If you cannot do that for me, then I can no longer view you as my wife.
Wait, what the actual hell has gotten into you?
Be polite with me.
I'm sorry. What has happened to you, Brody? What you're asking for is impossible from me right now.
Are you going to try making up excuses now?
You're asking me to do the impossible right now, okay? I also have to work, and I also have to start doing all the chores myself, like you've said, right? Tell me, Brody, what are you going to do while I have to do all of that?
As the husband, I'll come back home to the house, lol. Then, once I'm back home, I'm going to enjoy myself. That's the whole reason I got married to you in the first place, Gia, lol.
Are you trying to tell me that the Brody I was with before getting married was just you putting on a facade and acting like you were going to work with me after getting married? You had also been talking about equal rights and everything for men and women as well. Was that all a lie?
Well, I wouldn't call all of that a lie. It just so happened that no matter the couple, after getting married, things will change between them.
So that's how this is going to be? So what you want from me is to just stay quiet and do everything you say? It hurts to see that you've changed so drastically from the man I cared for and loved. But I have no other choice now. I'll make sure to obey everything you ask of me.
Listen to me right now, Gia. Ever since we got married 2 days ago, you've gotten everything wrong. Do you want to be divorced over not being able to cook me 5 things for dinner? You are my wife now. My wife. And that means starting today, I want everything done right by you. Every night, there better be 5 different meals prepared for me to eat.
Understood.
You better not forget that, lol.
But there's just one condition with all of this.
Huh? What conditions are you going on about? Do you actually think that as my wife, you can give me conditions that I have to follow?
I do, actually. And this condition is very important to you, I believe. If you're really wanting me to make you 5 different foods a day for dinner, then you'll hear me out. My condition to you is that in return for having to cook so much, you are going to pay for all the groceries that I have to buy.
Huh? Why should I have to do that? Are you trying to say I need to pay you now?
For the longest time now, I've been the one paying for groceries. I didn't mind doing that for us because both you and I would cook. But from now on, you're not going to be cooking anymore, right? That means you need to start paying for the food you're wanting me to cook, or else there will be problems between us.
Well, I guess you had always paid for the food.
Also, you're the one that'll be eating way more than me every night, right? Having me be the only one to still pay for all of the food is just unfair to me.
You do realize that there's no way you can make a husband and wife relationship perfectly fair to both parties, right?
You want me to make 5 things for you each night, right? Even though I'm working just as much as you are every day?
That's right. If you don't make what I want, then it's a divorce.
Well, if that's going to be the case, then please pay for the groceries. With just my salary, it'll start to get pretty tough for me. Especially when you count the fact that things are going up in price still.
I see. Then I suppose there's no other choice here. But if I'm going to be paying for all of the groceries, every single thing you cook me each day had better be what I want. You get that, right? If you even make just one mistake, things will not go so well for you.
I understand. I was just saying all of that in order to be able to do as you wish. Without you listening to me, I was never going to be able to cook you that much food. But now that we are aware of what each other wants, I can make you 5 things for dinner a day.
And it better not just be all vegetables either. I will not forgive you if that becomes the case.
You've always hated vegetables. But even with you having hated eating vegetables, you and I were always cooking vegetable-based foods to watch our health.
And I honestly hated having to eat all that crap with you. I hate foods like that which only an animal should be eating. And for a while, when we would cook all that vegetable garbage, I started to really think that your cooking was terrible, lol. From now on, make sure to study more meat-focused dishes, so that you can actually please me for once.
All right, but remember that I still have to work 8 hours a day here.
What was that? Excuse me?
That was nothing. I'll make sure to study up on some good dishes for you. I'll give some new recipes a try for you, and we'll see what all you really like. Goodbye now.
I want steak of all types on my plate every night, alright? Beef, pork, chicken, lamb.
And that's the reason why you need to make sure you give me enough money to afford all of that for you. As long as you keep the money coming, I'll make sure to keep the meat coming.
I have no other choice at this point. Just remember that if you can't make me happy, even with me paying for the food, then it's over for you and I.
Understood. I'll make sure that all of the food is cooked well enough to please you.
You sure will, lol. Had you just said something like that from the very start, then we would have not have had to waste all this time yapping. If you keep up that good attitude towards me, I'll make sure to keep on thinking of you as a decent wife, lol.
Alright then. Just make sure that each and every day you eat your dinner.
Have you made tonight's dinner yet?
Excuse me? What are you talking about? Of course I'm making your dinner right now, and it's pretty much finished and ready for you.
What did you end up making for me today? Really, you could add some more vegetables or something for today. Honestly, just a small amount of everything will be alright, as long as there's some green.
Don't you get too worried about that. I've already made everything up for you, and it will be waiting for you when you get home. Today, you are getting a huge plate of fried chicken, as well as some spaghetti. And let's not forget about the country-style omelet that I've made as well. Then we have some beef stew and pork cutlet to finish it all off. Your 5 dishes, all ready for you when you get home.
Just hearing you say all that to me has gotten my heart racing and my forehead sweating. Do you really think I'll be able to eat all that? Just stop it with all the cooking, please!
What? What are you talking about right now, Brody? What do you mean you want me to stop it with all this cooking?
I want you to stop making me so much food to eat every single night, please. I'm getting to the point now where I physically cannot eat the amount of food you are cooking for me. Have you not started to feel terrible eating that kind of food all the time?
I'm not really sure what you're going on about. You were the one commanding me to make all of this food for you every night, right? I made sure to do as you asked me to, and that meant each and every dinner would have 5 different foods prepared for you. It was you asking me to do all of this cooking for you and to make sure there was plenty of meat each time. So, what exactly is the problem here?
Have you seen how I've been looking?
What? Well, I suppose you are a bit more chubby than before. But is that really what all of this is about?
My body is getting massive from all the food I keep eating, alright? I'm asking you to please stop making all of that crap for me to eat. How many pounds do you think I've gained in this past month? I've gone up 40 pounds, Gia! 40 pounds!
40 pounds? That really is a lot of fat you've put on them, Brody. Are you trying to become a sumo wrestler or something now?
Don't you make fun of me! Are you trying to make me feel bad about all of this? You shouldn't even be saying anything about how I look when this is all due to your cooking. If you keep feeding me like that, then I'm going to have a heart attack or something.
Well, then why didn't you just stop eating so much when I cooked dinner? All I was doing was cooking your 5 different foods a day for you, since that's what you had asked from me. Are you really going to start complaining about something you told me to do and then blame it all on me? Do you even plan on taking responsibility for what you told me?
Listen, Gia, have you been making me such garbage food this whole time with the intent of making me fat? I shouldn't be this fat after eating what you've been cooking me if it had just been normal food. What the hell are you trying to do to me?
What I've been trying to do is do as you say. And you said not to cook you a lot of vegetables and to make sure there was lots and lots of meat. Don't you feel a little dumb for complaining about the thing you had been saying for me to do?
Who are you calling dumb? I knew this is what you were trying to do. You went along with what I had asked you in order to fatten me up and then have a reason to make fun of me.
Well, I'll leave that one up to your imagination, Brody. But how about you just think of all this clearly? All I did was cook the types of food you wanted from me, and the amounts you wanted from me. And after cooking what you wanted, you had the choice of eating it all, like you have been, or just eating the things you could handle, like you should have been. Also, do you really think it's healthy for someone to gain that kind of weight in 1 month? Had you just been watching how much you ate every night, then you wouldn't be looking like a deflated balloon. No matter how you look at this right now, blaming me for you becoming fat is not at all right.
I knew it! You did all of this on purpose! I knew something like this was going to be true. But just hearing from you that you wanted to make me fat hurts. Why the hell would you do this to me? Right now, I'm not even able to fit into any of my clothing, especially my suits. Do you not realize how much trouble you've just caused me by making me this huge?
Trouble? All you've done is caused yourself those troubles, all right? I didn't do anything that forced you to eat all of that food. You have to understand that just like I do, right?
I'm not going to forgive you for this. The fact that you fattened me up like this.
Are you even listening to yourself right now? You were the one that asked me to make all of that food up for our dinner every night, and so I did just that to avoid worse outcomes. I've even been eating the same foods as you, and look at me. I'm not any fatter than I was a month ago. I've just been making sure that I eat the amount I need to and no more.
Are you trying to say it's my fault that I'm fat now? No matter how one looks at it, you've been the one forcing me to eat all of your food. Isn't it supposed to be your job as my wife to make sure I don't get this huge? To maintain my health?
What? You're an adult, right? I don't remember you ever still being a child. If you really are the adult you want to make me believe you are, then you should be able to watch your weight yourself.
You're my wife, and watching my health is your job, your responsibility.
Ugh, you really seem to be just full of complaints now. I mean, you were paying for all that food, so you knew I was buying a lot for you. And you even went ahead and ate all of it, even when it started to hurt. And all of this started because you said that 2 things for dinner wasn't enough for you and that you wanted more. So I did what I was told to and started cooking 5 unhealthy things for you every day. So cut it out with all those complaints and just shut up.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Because I'm tired of listening to you go on and on about crap that is only your fault and nobody else's. If you're going to keep complaining like that, I am seriously going to stop listening to you for good. You were the one that commanded me to do all of this, right?
If you don't stop talking to me with that attitude right now, I'm going to get pissed.
Go ahead and get pissed off with me then. I'm already past my limits with you and am no longer holding back.
What was that?
By the way, when it comes to the cost of all the food, do you know how much it cost for just this month's groceries alone?
What?
I feel that your income this month has all gone right into paying for groceries.
Huh? What?
In order to keep you happy with me and to not piss you off, I've been making sure to buy you all the best ingredients and meat. And you went ahead and ate all that cooking, which was costing you more than just eating out. With that, you went ahead and spent over $2,000 in food this month alone.
Huh? You're joking, right? You quit it right now with all this crap.
I'm not trying to kid you about anything though, Brody. I've been getting all that money from your account this whole time, so you can tell it's been costing you a lot. You had days where you wanted Wagyu from Japan. Other days you wanted me to go out and get you the most expensive gelato. You were always asking me for all these really expensive foods, and there was no way I could say no to any of it.
I'm sure I was asking for a lot of higher priced foods. But who the hell told you it was actually okay to spend that much money on food this month?
Okay, go ahead and tell me how much you said for me to spend each month on food then. Go ahead and tell me how much. I can't wait. Oh, that's right. You never gave me a price limit, did you? So this must mean that you blaming me for all your mistakes is misplaced blame. You were the one that asked for all of that to happen, and I obeyed. You should be thanking me now for going and doing every little thing you asked.
I have no reason to be thanking you for anything! How much longer are you going to pick on me like that before you're satisfied? I'm not going to let you get away with any of that anymore! If you do anything else without my permission from here on, or you make fun of me like that anymore, it's going to be a divorce! Do you want to be divorced by me? If you're troubled by hearing that from me, then you will show me right now that you understand.
I have no reason to understand you anymore, you fat cow.
What?
It's too late for you to get all upset with me and start threatening me with a divorce. The last time you and I fought, you threatened me by filling out and signing our divorce papers, right? Well, I went ahead and handed them in for us.
Huh? You handed those divorce papers in? What the hell are you talking about? There's no way you can just hand those in without my permission.
What? Why can't I?
What do you mean, why can't you? You and I are a married couple. Husband and wife, right? I just got those papers together and filled out in case I needed to scare you into submission some more. You should not just hand those in for real without asking me if it's okay first.
I don't need you telling me if it's okay or not. Nice try with scaring me into submission like that, you dumb bastard.
Wait, Gia! Why do you keep calling me such terrible names like that? That is not at all the way you should be talking to or about your husband, right?
I have had it with you, Brody. You're just a selfish, self-centered, fat-bodied bastard. I've already handed in the divorce paperwork for us, so now all you are to me is a complete stranger. Isn't this just great? You were finally able to get divorced from such a useless wife like me. But understand that you can no longer blame me for anything now. We're divorced now, and all your troubles and problems are your own.
Wait a second, please, Gia! Are you being serious about the two of us no longer being married? I never actually wanted for us to be divorced, though!
Well, even if that wasn't what your plan was with me, to me, you no longer wanted me around you, and that meant divorce. There really is nothing else for us to talk about now, right?
Wait, just a little bit more. We're not divorced. I didn't do anything wrong to deserve something like that. Tell me what I did wrong.
You did everything wrong, my guy. Being married to you was a real miss on my part, I suppose. Right now, I don't even want to see your fat face anymore. So now, would you please just go away forever?
Gia, wait, please.
I think it really is a good idea to stop begging me to wait and get a hold of yourself instead. Now you go ahead and enjoy your diet of meats and carbs, and I hope you end up on one of those major weight loss channels really soon. Although you're going to have to cook all that yourself, because I'm not sticking around to cook you any more grease. After that, Brody tried with all his might to get Gia to listen to him and come back, but Gia wasn't having any of it and completely ignored him. Not only did Gia tell the fatty to get lost, though, but at work, everyone began to realize just how fat he was and started to side-eye him all the time. He's no longer respected by anyone within the office or outside of it, and will have to try really hard to gain anyone's respect back. But before he can do that, he might want to start with changing his whole diet so that he has the energy to move around again.
Hey, I'm assuming you have all the materials ready for tomorrow's meeting, right? If by the time I get in tomorrow you don't have everything for me, I'll kick you out of here. Do you understand me?
What? But isn't all the materials for tomorrow's meeting meant to be handled by you, Mason? That is not my job. I don't even have any information myself on what's going on in that meeting, so perhaps I'm not the man for that job.
What are you saying? You're the newest employee at this company, right? That means you have to do it all for me, and I shouldn't even have to be saying this right now. If you can't do that work for me, then you're gonna be out of this job before you even make it a year.
But this isn't about me being a fresh employee to this company. I just looked over it once more, but you are the department manager, aren't you, Mason? Are you not aware of that? That means you have to be the one to prepare everything for the meeting tomorrow, which involves you personally.
Don't tell me that you haven't handed everything out yet. What do you think you're doing? You were supposed to hand everyone those files today at the beginning of the day.
What?
You waste of time. Ugh. I'm not the one in charge of preparing for that meeting, by the way. That is the job of the newest employee, and that's you. Why are you not able to understand your own job here? If you just think a little, you'd get that all of that work isn't for me to do.
Well, even if you think it's my job, if you're handing it off to me, then none of that work will be done. I have my own tasks that need to be done today, and they don't include that kind of work. I'm not even aware of what all you plan to talk about in that meeting tomorrow, and it's getting late.
Don't tell me that you're worse than a new hire. You're supposed to already know what your boss wants you to do and shouldn't have to say a word to me before you come saying that the work has been completed.
I'm not able to telepathically know all that you want me to get done here. And I have work of my own to tend to as it is, like I said. And I also know that you have work sitting on your desk that needs to get done. So if you're trying to push that work off onto me, I'll have to do something about you.
If you can't do my work for me, then you're as good as fired.
What? Fired? Mason, although you are a department manager within this company, you do not have the ability to fire anyone that's below you. You have to file a report to HR and have them bring it to the CEO to be dealt with.
Do you even know how many people I've already fired while in this position? I've never once gotten HR involved while doing it either. I just tell them to grab their things and leave my site, and boom, they're gone forever. So don't even dare tell me that I can't do it to you as well. Those that do not do as I've told them are bound to be fired by me. If you understand that, then get to it and finish my work so that I don't look like an idiot tomorrow.
Well, for the time being, I'll work on getting everything ready for the meeting tomorrow, but after this, if you need my help with anything, please come to me directly and ask.
Now that I think of you, you're working on getting a welcoming party together, right?
Yeah, I was asked to work on setting it up.
I can't believe they want a welcoming party for someone that's only been here 6 months. If you really have time to be putting together a party, then you have time to get more work done for me.
Well, I'm not putting together the party because I want to, though. I was asked to do it, so I'm working on it as part of my job. I was told it will help the rest of the company to get to know me a bit more personally, and so here we are.
Well, either way, it'll be a huge waste.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Whatever place you choose to reserve for the party, I doubt anyone will be coming. You're the most worthless employee within this company in its whole history, after all.
Worthless? And what makes you think you have the ability to judge one's worth within this company? Have you already forgotten that I'm the one doing your job for you by preparing this material for the meeting?
You're not being asked to get all those materials ready. You're doing all of that on your own.
But I was just asked by you to have all of this material ready by tomorrow. And if this isn't completed by the meeting, then a lot of people will be affected. I don't understand what you are going on about, but I want to focus on my work right now, so I'll be going.
I know that you're worthless and don't mind slacking off on company time, but at least get the basics taken care of. Even if that requires you to stay late, you get it all done.
I get it. Now, I have to focus, so goodbye.
We're not coming to that restaurant today, bud.
What? What are you talking about, Mason?
We're all gonna have our own party over here. Go ahead and cancel the party you had planned for all 60 of us, please.
What the heck are you talking about, though? You're asking me to cancel the reservation on the day of the party?
Well, that's because you're a worthless employee. None of us within this company want to go there with you to drink and chat.
And which of the employees have been saying that? I believe that it's only you that doesn't want to be here today. And you seem to be the only one that thinks of me as worthless and worth your time talking down to.
The only person that thinks people wouldn't say that about himself would be someone as stupid as you are.
Is that what you think, then? Am I really that worthless and stupid to you?
You're beyond helping, and keeping a worthless employee like you within this company is a pain for your boss. Can you see now that I don't like having to lead you? Well, you worthless new hire can just sit there drowning yourself in alcohol.
So you really do enjoy talking down to me like that, then, huh?
Well, nobody else is coming to that place you've reserved to have a drink with you. I'm having everyone come with me, and we'll go to another restaurant to drink. You go ahead and cover the cost of that place for us.
I see. Then you are fired.
Huh?
Having to listen to any more of this out of you is going to give me a migraine. I don't think there is any more reason for me to talk with you, so you're going to be let go.
What are you saying? You're my subordinate, right? There's no way you'd be able to get your boss fired when you're beneath me. I guess it's true that you are as stupid as everyone said.
I've only just become the vice president of this company, Mason. Did you know that?
Huh?
Today's party is supposed to be in celebration of that, but you should already know who I am, right? Just today, I started to do my job as the vice president, and yesterday was my final day in my last position. And so from today forward, I am no longer considered to be working underneath you. And actually, no one will ever be allowed to work underneath you ever again with this company.
What are you going on about, man? The vice president?
I can see that this whole time you just assumed I was some new hire that came into this company to take the place of the last guy you fired from your department. But I have come from overseas to be in this company.
Huh?
Half a year ago, it was decided that I would be taking on the position as the vice president of this company. And that's the reason I'd always be gone from my office and in meetings with other managers of the company. And you saw that I was speaking with a lot of the other managers within this office, right?
You're lying. I never heard a thing about you becoming the VP.
But as a manager yourself, you should have been hearing all about this from upper management, right? Well, from what I've been able to tell, nobody else within this company really tolerates you enough to come talk to you. And I'm sure that you wouldn't have been listening to anything they said to you anyway. Even if you did get emails from the company about me, you would have never opened them. I'm sure had you actually read the news and paid any attention to your workplace, you would have never spoken to me like you have so far, right?
Hold on a second for me. Are you being serious? Justin, are you really the vice president now?
Well, if you'd have come to the welcoming party today, you would have been informed of that again. But since you went to another location and tried making a party of your own, you never realized that. Be aware that I wouldn't have anything to gain by lying to you about this, Mason. This is all the truth. All of it.
So you're the vice president. I'm so very sorry for the very rude attitude I had towards you just then, but I had no clue of this, so nothing I said was meant to be harmful. Can we both just agree to forget about all of this? Can you just forget about how rude I've been to you? I had no reason to believe that you'd become the new vice president of the company. If I had known, I would have never been as harsh about you and would have done everything I could to support you.
And so what, Mason?
Huh?
I can already see how you behave in the workplace, as well as the bad influence you give off to others in the office building. So, you are fired. And that's final. You are far too rude with how you handled me.
Huh? You really want me fired? And you do it that easily? Can you please calm down for one moment? Open your eyes for 1 second. I'm a department manager here, and I'm a lot older and wiser than you are, Justin. If you think you can just fire me without thinking of the consequences, then you're not fit to be the vice president.
Of course this won't be easy for me, but because of the way you have acted thus far, there is no better chance to get rid of you than now. I can tell that if you're not taken care of, you'll continue to harm new hires, just as you always have. And then under the misunderstanding that you have the right to fire others when you please, you force the new hires to do your work for you. You've really made it clear to me that you're not worth the salary you earn. I've already gathered enough evidence of your harassment of subordinates, and so once I've brought this up with the others in upper management, you'll be in grave danger. And so that's why I'm helping you go through all that trouble by having you fired right now.
Fired? Are you seriously going to say that to me? You had just been working under me the last 6 months. Do you think it's okay to say that to me now?
And I was only your subordinate for a little while as they prepared me to take the seat as the vice president. And during that time, I saw just how horrible of a person you are. I don't have all the details on the damage you've already caused to the company, but it ends right here. You understand that always having to hire new employees to fill the position of those you fired costs us a lot of money, right?
I do understand that, but this company doesn't have the money to hold on to worthless employees, right?
That's exactly right.
Right? And so I was doing my job and taking care of all those worthless idiots. I haven't done anything besides that.
Just as you've said, Mason, I'll ask that you leave your position as well.
Huh?
You said this company doesn't have the money to waste on worthless idiots, right? So I'm asking that the most worthless and idiotic employee leave this company right now.
Wait, what do you mean, worthless? Are you talking about me?
All you did was force those below you to do your work as you sat at your desk on the phone or on YouTube. And when asked to go on business trips, you'd use the company's card to pay for all the fun you had away from work. You also never ended up finishing the materials that were due for that meeting. For the past 6 months, I've been able to see firsthand just how much you slack off and waste the company's time. I literally sat there with my desk next to you as you would do all these things, so there's no playing dumb now, Mason.
You're wrong! That's not at all what's been happening. What you had seen me do wasn't the norm for me. I never did any of those things to harm this company.
Whether you had the intent of harm or not, it no longer matters at this point. After this, I will no longer allow you to waste this company's time and money. So I'll say this one more time for you. You are fired.
Wait, that's impossible!
Seems that you're having a hard time hearing from me that you're being fired, but right now you should be concerned about the restaurant you reserved.
Huh? Now that you mention it, nobody has shown up yet. Do you know why nobody has come to the party yet? Is everyone still working or something? Your welcoming party was canceled, right?
Everyone from the office is here with me right now.
With you? What?
What I'm saying is that everyone came to celebrate with me at the party I was asked to put together. Hence why nobody came to your party. Perhaps they don't want to be there because nobody cares about you? Of course, some of them asked me why they were called and told to go to that place, but I just told them that that was incorrect and to still come to this restaurant.
What? How did you...
Well, while you were supposed to be doing your work, or should I say, well, slacking off, I was talking to everyone else about the correct plans.
Why would everyone listen to you, though, instead of me?
Perhaps that's because I'm the vice president and I made these plans. So no matter how you think of yourself, they were going to trust me. Especially when they all said they didn't want to go with you. But you did this to yourself in an attempt to humiliate me. Don't try and drag other workers down with you just because you're too stupid to do your own job.
But having to cancel the day of is going to be too difficult.
But that's what you wanted to happen with me, right?
What's the cancellation fee going to be like? Do I have to be the one to pay it off?
Of course. You were the one that made yourself make the reservation there, so you'll have to pay for it. We're all here now having a great time, so you don't have to worry about coming and joining us. And since you're fired anyway, you can't come.
Don't say that about me. All of the other managers are there right now, right? Then I'll get my things and be there as soon as possible. I want to be there.
Not only are all the managers here, but so is the CEO.
Huh? The CEO came too? I seriously never thought you'd be able to get the CEO to come to that party. If I'm not able to show up, things will be bad for me.
I don't think that the CEO is okay with you joining us tonight, though. I just told you that you're fired, so it's really alright that you don't show up here at all. I know that even though you were a manager for a long time, they're forcing all your work onto me, but this all should make your position in our company a whole lot clearer, right? Now, you go and take some time to enjoy yourself there with the reservation you made. The worthless manager can sit by himself and enjoy a drink. Mason started to lose himself for a bit and tried to get into the restaurant that I had reserved for the party. But that involved him running away from the place he reserved for 60 people without paying, and so the manager of the restaurant called the police and he was taken into custody by the police. Once in their care, he was brought back to the store he ran from and was forced to pay up, or else the store would be taking legal action against him. Of course, this was not what he wanted, and so he began to scream and cuss before he finally pulled out his credit card and handed it to the manager. What I soon realized after talking with upper management was that they were on track to having him fired already, but me letting loose on him today finished the process. So the next day, when Mason tried coming into the office, he was told that he really had been fired and to leave before the police had to be called again on him. At that point, he truly did realize that I was the vice president and left without ever being seen again. The lady at the front desk did tell me about what had happened when turning him away, and said that his suit was a mess and that he smelled like alcohol when he tried getting in. He may have thought he was doing the company a favor by firing all those new hires he didn't deem fit, and perhaps that's why he assumed he'd never be fired. But after what had happened to him now, I'd like to say this was a hard pill to swallow. I did the right thing firing him before letting him cause any more trouble to the company, and I hope that he's aware that people will not tolerate that kind of horrible attitude in the workplace, no matter if you're a manager or not.
Hey, you better have dinner ready for me by the time that I get home.
What are you talking about? Don't I always have dinner ready for you by then? Also, you do realize that I also work, right? I just happen to be good enough at time management to set aside enough time to cook too. But we've talked about this before, and I really would appreciate it if you cooked once in a while. I mean, we're married. Shouldn't we be helping each other when we're able to?
What on earth are you talking about, woman?
Excuse me? What is your deal, Stan?
You said we're married, right? Well, that makes you my wife, which makes it your job to cook. So basically, all you're saying is that you want an excuse to be a bad wife and get out doing your wifely duties. I don't care what excuse you could come up with. I'm the husband. You will do as I say. And I say that it's your job to take care of things at home. Do you really think that you could start bossing me around just because you work too? If you're gonna act that way towards me, then we might as well get divorced.
But, wait, Stan, you're not being fair. You know that I take my work really seriously. I mean, we both earn money and help with the bills. It's not like I'm in some entry position job or something.
That isn't the point, Olivia. The point is, when a woman gets married, she becomes responsible for taking care of everything at home. So either be a good wife or get out of my life.
How can you say something like that, Stan? You really think that I don't have anything better to do with my time? I am seriously at my limits with you.
Yeah. You always say that, but it's not like you've divorced me yet. Probably because you don't have the guts to. You know that you can't do any better than me, so you better just do as I say.
And just what makes you think that I don't have any choice but to stay with you? All I'm asking for is a little help with the work around the house, and you're throwing a tantrum.
I really just can't believe you, Olivia. When are you finally going to learn your lesson? We've been married for years, so what I want to know is why you still haven't learned to cook a decent meal. What's the point of being married to such a useless woman, huh?
Okay then, if you hate being with me so much, why don't you just move out, huh?
Excuse me? I know that you didn't just say that to me. Besides, if anyone needs to move out, it's you.
No, Stan. I work the same hours that you do, and when I'm able to get home on time, I always make sure to have dinner ready for us. But despite all the hard work that I put in, you have never, ever thanked me, even once. Why do you even bother coming home most nights if you hate it so much here?
You better watch how you talk to me, woman. I am not to be trifled with.
And just what are you going to do about it? Why do you always have to be so confrontational? And what makes you think that it's okay to constantly be putting me down like this?
What kind of stupid question is that? I wouldn't have to remind you of your place if you just shut up and cleaned the house and cooked like I asked. Instead, you're always coming up with excuses to get out of doing housework.
I think it's you that's always trying to get out of doing any work around here. I mean, just how much longer are you even going to be staying here anyways? Because I am taking care of things to the best that my schedule and ability allows. If you have a problem with that, then you can help clean up the house.
You never know when to stop, do you? You seriously think you could just run your mouth all you like, huh?
I really don't get it, Stan. Just what in the world makes you think that it's okay to talk to someone like this? Why are you always so rude and angry towards me when I try to talk calmly with you about things?
Don't you tell me what to do. You're my wife, and I'll talk to you however I please, thank you very much.
Your wife? Are you sure about that, Stan?
Oh, please. I know what you mean. I also wonder for how much longer I'm going to call you that. But if you keep up this nasty attitude you have towards me, I can guarantee you that it won't be for long.
No, wait, that wasn't quite what I was saying there.
There you go, trying to walk things back, now that you realize you've screwed up. But if you don't want me to divorce you, you'll just shut up and take care of the house like I ask. Got it?
Stan? Stan? I really think you have no idea just quite where you stand right now. Do you really think you can just keep talking to me like this and not expect any consequences? You really don't seem to understand at all that you're not in a good position to be saying those things to me.
And just what position am I in? You women are all the same. You think you could just boss around your husband all day after you're married. Well, I'm here to bring a little order back to the world, starting with a wife that obeys what I tell her. Now, I have had enough of your backtalk. You are my wife, you will do what I tell you. Sometimes I wonder why I even bother staying married to you at all.
If you want a wife like that, then why don't you just go out and find one then, huh? Because I am definitely not going to be her. I don't know what kind of woman would ever want to marry you if that's really how you think a marriage should work, though.
There you go, running your mouth again. All you're doing is digging yourself a deeper hole. I don't think you know just how lucky you are to have a husband like me who is kind enough to let you get away with all this.
You. A nice husband.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Of course I'm nice. I'm only acting the way that I am because I have to deal with my horrid witch of a wife who still doesn't understand just how close I really am to divorcing her.
You do realize that we're already divorced, don't you?
What in the world are you talking about now?
I mean that you've been going on and on about how I'm your wife, but we're already divorced. Have you really forgotten about that? The only thing left to settle between us is when you're finally going to be moving out. But I think I've had it with you. So I want you out now.
Wait a second. Hold on. What do you mean we're already divorced? We're still married. Have you gone crazy or something? why would I be threatening you with divorce if we are already separated?
That's what I'm wondering too. But we have literally submitted the paperwork for our divorce. That's why I'm waiting for you to finally move out of the house.
Wait, divorce papers? What do you mean?
I mean, the papers that a married couple sign when they don't want to be married anymore. What else?
But you mean you annulled our marriage without even telling me about it? Just when did all of this happen?
I told you when I dropped off the papers, Stan. I know for a fact that you've known about this because I know that I told you. I think you just never listen to a word that I say, and that's why you're surprised. But if you don't believe me, then why not call the courthouse yourself? But, wow, I just really can't believe that you thought you and I were still married. It's almost cute if it weren't such a revolting thought.
And just what is that supposed to mean? You're lying to me and I know it. Either that or you really did submit that paperwork without telling me. Because I know that I never gave permission for you to do that, and I'd never signed anything.
I literally only turned them in 2 weeks ago. How have you already forgotten? Ever since then, I've been waiting for you to move out, but I guess you just had no idea you were supposed to. So you can quit trying to order me around and threatening me because we're through.
But that can't be right. So we're really divorced?
Yep, that's what I've been saying this whole time. Now can you please just get out of my house?
But what do you mean?
I mean that the house that we've both been living in belongs to me, and now that we're not married, I would like you out of it. I never want to see you again. Do you understand me?
You just can't kick me out of this house. Besides, it's mine.
Do you really think that you own this house, Stan?
I don't think. I know. And I know that this house is mine. That's another reason why I know you're lying about the divorce. You wouldn't have anywhere else to live. So if what you're really saying is true, then it's time for you to leave the house. And if you want to stay, then you'll have to beg for my forgiveness.
You seriously have no idea what you're talking about at all, do you?
Stop saying that. I know what I'm talking about, Olivia.
If that were true, you would know that only my name is on the deed of the house because I paid for it when we moved in. This was even covered on the paperwork that we signed when we got divorced.
But I mean, when did we even sign these divorce papers, huh?
You don't even remember signing them, do you?
I don't have time to read every little thing that gets shoved in my face. I was probably dealing with it at work and just wanted to get it over with.
Well, if that's how you chose to handle that paperwork, then that's your fault. Man, I wish I had a job where they didn't care at all what I did on company time. You must have it really easy.
So that the house really isn't mine at all.
For the millionth time, no. The house is not yours. It's mine.
That can't be right. It has to be mine. I'm the husband. Of course the house is mine.
Wow, that is a really airtight defense. I would try using that in court and see what happens. Especially after you tell the court about how you don't even remember signing your own divorce papers. But you do remember when we first moved here, we agreed that I would buy the house since I was making so much more money than you were? Then again, I don't know why I expect you to remember anything at this point. But it's not my problem.
I really didn't pay anything for the house at all? Is that really what happened?
Nope. You didn't, nor have you, contributed a single penny to paying for our house. How do you even forget something like that? Actually, no, I don't really care. I just want you out. You don't have a right to be there any longer.
But wait, I mean, are we really divorced?
Do we really have to go through this whole thing again? Yes! We're divorced! We signed the papers, turned them in, had it notarized, and everything!
But I don't remember signing anything. This can't be right. You must have tricked me somehow. I would never do something like that, so I just know that you've got to be lying to me.
I don't know what to say. Because I literally remember handing them to you to sign and getting them back in the evening after you came back home from work.
That isn't true, though. That can't be what happened because that's not how I remember it.
Well, then maybe you should cut back on all the drinking. It's probably giving you brain damage. You do remember why we divorced in the first place, don't you? You were doing the exact same thing that you're doing now. You were ordering me around and treating me poorly. Then you would threaten me with divorce if I didn't do as you say. Well, I got fed up with that. So I said, okay, let's divorce. Got the paperwork, signed it, and then gave it to you to sign.
But that's not what I remember happening.
I don't really care one bit what you remember because it's what happened. How many times are you going to make me go through this before you understand that I'm telling the truth?
It can't be right.
Well, it is. So just accept it and move on. You were the only one constantly saying that if I wasn't happy doing whatever you said that I should just divorce you. Well, I wasn't happy, so I did. This was all your idea.
Okay, Olivia, maybe we both need to calm down a bit.
I'm very calm. The only thing that's upsetting me, though, is the fact that my ex-husband won't leave the house.
But I was never actually going to divorce you.
What are you talking about?
I never actually meant what I said when I threatened you. Please, this is too much for me to handle right now. I can't lose you.
Man, you are such a loser. I don't care at all about what you think about our marriage because we aren't married anymore. And while we were married, I hated it because you were a domineering jerk.
That isn't what we're talking about right now. And besides, I was just trying to be strict with you so that you could learn to be a better wife for me.
Oh, well, excuse me for misunderstanding your intent. Had I known that it would have changed everything. Is that what you want me to say to you, you pathetic creep?
Please, why are you being so mean to me?
Because I am sick and tired of your sexist language and the control that you think you have over me. I go to work every day and make more money than you, and you still tried to force me to do all of the housework by myself. You never, ever offered to help me, and all you ever did was complain that I wasn't doing enough.
Please, Olivia, I really didn't know that I was making you so angry with all of that. But please, just calm down.
Has telling someone to calm down ever actually made them calm down? Besides, just why should I even listen to you now that you're nobody to me?
But we could get back together, right? We can make it work. I know that we can. You have to forgive me.
I don't have to do anything for you ever again, Stan. And do you want to know why? Because for the 100th, millionth time, we are divorced!
Don't say that, please. I get it. I may have gone a little overboard with things, but it doesn't mean that we can't fix this. We can still save this marriage.
For the last time, there is no marriage to be saved. Just get out of my house and get out of my life already. If you don't leave, I'm just going to hire a moving company to take you away. Do you understand me? I want you out of the house by the end of tomorrow.
Come on, surely we can work this out. I know that we can fix everything if we just talk.
I can't believe that you're still not getting it. I tried talking to you, and you wouldn't listen. Instead, you just kept up the same attitude that you held to me until just a bit ago. There is nothing to fix now. It's over. You're too late to change anything about this. Now, get out of my house and never ever come near me again. By the end of tomorrow, Stan had packed his bags and was out of the house. I don't know where he went to live after that, but he did try to come back several times and beg me to let him back in. Luckily, I had the locks changed the same day he left, just in case he tried something like that. All his banging on my door only resulted in one of the neighbors calling the police on him. They showed up and asked him to leave. He ended up coming back again, though, and was arrested. In the end, I had to get a restraining order against him. I have no idea how he's doing now, and quite frankly, I really don't care.
Hi, Emmett. Are you guys seriously going to be holding a wedding in the middle of nowhere next week? Is it because you guys couldn't afford anywhere?
Oh, hi Elise. We had money to pay for the venue, but don't have that much money like you and Mike.
Of course not. We run a company so we're rich, it's an embarrassment to be related to you guys.
Please don't say that because Luna is your husband's little sister. Don't you love her?
Mike and Luna rarely talk to each other, and also I don't want to waste my time getting to know someone poor.
Did you send me a message because you wanted to say that?
I was just worried about the wedding fee. Were you able to pay for it? I think it costs a lot of money, right?
Well, it did cost a good amount. I might have used up most of my savings.
Oh, so I'm guessing that even if you guys add up all your savings, you'll barely have enough for one wedding, right? I think it's because you guys aren't taking your job seriously.
We might not be giving our all, but it's great working outside in the sun. By the way, you seem really busy working in the city.
Yeah, I need to go a lot of places in one day.
Oh wow, I really respect you.
I'm a businesswoman, unlike you, who just grows vegetables, which anyone can do. You don't understand how hard my job is, right?
Yes, I don't know. Luna and I also really don't go to the city also, so...
If you're a farmer, why not use a truck and do business on your own?
We want to, but we don't know anything about what a salesperson does. All we do is focus on making delicious vegetables.
If you don't know anything about it, then how are you going to sell your vegetables? Oh, wow. Can't believe people like you are going to be part of my family. No wonder Mike doesn't listen to you.
I just don't know things. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, because you didn't graduate college, right? Anyways, I will go now since I've had enough of your stupidness. Good luck with the cheap wedding, which I probably won't go to.
Excuse me?
Did Elise say something to you?
Yeah, how did you know?
You seem a little down.
I actually got a chat from her this morning.
Like, making fun of you? Yeah, she said something like, poor farmer. What the hell does she want to do?
I think she's full of herself since she's working at a big city. I mean, I was too when I worked around there when I was younger.
You were young. She's almost 40. Are you serious?
Can you talk to Mike about her and explain how ridiculous she is?
Why? I haven't talked to him for years.
I can talk to him for you. I just thought I needed to tell him because I want to have a better relationship with him. As a family and also business-wise. I just don't want the wedding to be ruined because of her.
It's okay. I will contact him, but can I think about it?
Sure, but why aren't you getting along with him?
It's more like he forgot about us. His missus got successful 10 years ago and he hasn't come home since, so...
Oh, I see. So it's kind of hard to reach him, right? But since you sent an invitation, he might come.
I hope so, but the problem is if he comes, then Elise is coming also. I can't believe that I need to think about a lot of things for my wedding.
Why don't we just relax and watch a movie drinking wine? Sounds good?
Yes. Thanks, Emmett. Today is your wedding. It's the only day you could be the center of attention. Good for you.
Yeah, I've never seen this much people in a very long time, so I'm excited.
What a pitiful life you've lived. But unfortunately, you will not be the center of attention today.
What do you mean?
We don't want to waste our time going to the wedding because we don't belong there.
Wait, we? Who?
Our relatives? We just don't want to breathe the same air.
You are so rude, but just want to say that everyone is here except for you and Mike, actually.
What?
You should know your place before you make fun of others. Who do you think will listen to you?
Wait, everyone is there?
Yes, I'm so glad.
Why would anyone go to a poor farmer's wedding? Everyone betrayed me.
You're not in elementary school, please. No one will listen to you because they're all grown-ups.
Are you telling me that I'm a kid?
Yes, what? Are you not?
Shut up. Do you know who you're talking to? I just want to warn you that I can ruin your life easily, so you shouldn't say things like that.
I don't think you can do that, though.
Excuse me? I work at a big city, unlike you who work in the middle of nowhere. I have connections with a lot of people, so I can make your farm go out of business.
It looks like you're proud of working in a big city, but don't you just work part-time as a deliverer?
What?
It's an important job, I know, but just wondering about the connections you have. You work part-time, so I thought that you wouldn't want to have much people. You started from the end of last year, right?
Can you stop joking around? I'm a businesswoman. I even showed you my business card once.
That business card was a different person of the same name. You probably made a delivery to that company and found out her name was the same as yours when she signed the receipt, so you asked for her business card, right?
How do you know about this?
I heard that you were showing off that business card in various places and also used it to pay taxes, right? You've done things that are so easy to research.
Research? Okay, you know what? I will tell Mike about this. Sorry, but I need to ruin your farm.
Before telling Mike, you need to do something about this. You used a business card that's not even yours. Don't you think that this is a criminal act?
Do you have proof?
Yeah, I met with the real Elise and also talked to the company about this. I'm actually with a lawyer right now to talk about how much damage misuse of this business card is.
Hold up. Lawyer? What?
You used her card to pay later at the bar you go to, since they'll think that you're able to pay, right? Also, you registered on a dating app using her info. You tried to connect with the CEO of different companies. It's not cheating, but what you did is still unforgivable.
Wait, how do you know so much?
The CEO that you met about 2 weeks ago is an acquaintance of mine, and he's here.
What? Are you joking with me now?
No, he divorced his wife 5 years ago, so I thought it was sad and started the dating app. Oh, and he knows Mike also because he used to work under him. He's asking where Mike is, by the way.
Mike is not going.
But it's his little sister's wedding.
Whatever. He is saying that he's not going.
Really? Did you even tell him about this? I think that you threw away the invitations, right? You really don't want to be relatives with a farmer, huh?
Exactly. Wait! I just turned on the TV, but what the heck is this?
Oh, did you see? Since there are celebrities and CEOs of different companies, there are lots of cameras right now.
Wait, I'm so confused right now.
Our vegetables are used at famous restaurants, and we were actually able to write cooking books for our vegetables. I didn't expect it to be this way. I'm so happy.
I can't believe this. Wait, is that Mike on TV?
Yep, Luna contacted him. We're actually business partners because he uses our vegetables for his restaurant. He was pissed that you threw away all the invitations, by the way.
Well, that's because I thought that Luna wasn't close to him.
That doesn't mean that you can throw it away.
I'm so sorry for that. Wait, I'm going to the wedding. I didn't know that you guys were this famous. I want to apologize to Mike also, so I'm going. I have the invitation, so I should be okay, right?
It's going to take a long time to get here from where you live, so I don't think you'll make it on time.
It's okay. I'm going there right now.
Sorry, but the wedding is going to start, and even if you do come, you can't come in. Mike also told me that he's going to divorce you.
What? Wait! I can't believe this! I'm going no matter what! Even though I won't make it to the ceremony, there's the after party!
I told you, you can't come in. You just want to meet people and make connections, right?
Whatever! Tell me the address right now!
You won't know even if I tell you, because it's in the middle of nowhere. Somehow she was able to make it to our wedding, but since she was a stranger and didn't have the invitation, she couldn't get in. After the ceremony, she apologized to Mike many times, but since there was the incident about the invitation and the dating app, he divorced her. About the misuse of the credit card, the real Elise demanded compensation to the fake Elise, but since fake Elise didn't have any money, she left the city, with the granny bike that she used for work. I don't know what she's doing now, but I wonder how she thinks about herself now. On the other hand, we got married and are still successful farmers. Mike and Luna were able to communicate since the wedding, and Mike comes over to hang out sometimes. I'm glad that everything turned out okay.
Are you seriously in your 30s, Mia? LOL. Like, what the heck's up with that, LOL? What do you mean, what's up with me? Good evening, Layla. Why have you started bringing this up all of a sudden? I want to talk about your age, LOL. Do you even know how old I am? I'm 23 years old. I'm still very young and attractive, LOL. I am literally asked all the time by bartenders for my ID because I look so young. I know that. But in your case, it's hard to tell whether you're really in your 40s or maybe 50s, LOL. No wonder you're still single, though, LOL. I'm sure it's difficult for any man to ask you out when they can't tell if you've still got a lot of time left on this planet. Hold on, Layla. I've heard that you're younger than my little brother and that you're very young. But I don't get why you're getting all worked up over me being in my 30s. You're treating it as though I should just give up already and enter a retirement home or something. You're not far off from having to go to one. And you being that old, well, doesn't that pretty much make you an old woman then? In your 30s, LOL. Huh? You really think that I'm an old woman? So then that must mean that in another 7 years, you too will become an old woman like me? Well, in my case, I'm never going to think about my life in 7 years, LOL. And with how soft and vibrant my skin is, nobody has to know when I turn 30, LOL. And that's why I'm calling you an old woman right now. Your back must already be hurting, and I'm sure that brown hair of yours is all dyes, right? Layla, if you think about what you've been saying to me, don't you find it all a bit rude? I understand that compared to my brother, we both have 12 years apart, and that I really am much older than the both of you. But does that make it okay for you to make fun of me and my age and act as though you know better than me? You plan on becoming a part of our family as well, so doesn't that make your attitude very unacceptable? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have the kind of ears that don't like listening to those above the age of 30. I guess there are people with those kinds of amazing ears. Must be terrible for anyone you work with, though, correct? And that's why I plan to quit my job, LOL. I'm looking forward to a fun life of being your brother's housewife. I'll be able to spend every day drinking and relaxing. Well, if you think that Eric's okay with you living with him like that, then that's totally fine. But if you're trying to pick a fight with me, I can tell you right now that there's no good reason for that, and so I'd like you to stop. We are going to be meeting your family here soon, and you wouldn't want me bringing any of this up in front of them, would you? Nobody has their family go talk to the other family before the wedding anymore, you loser. That's like something people from last century did. That's not really something that's phased out of modern life, though. That idea is so old that it's turned into a rock now, LOL. But I guess someone as old as you would love to be around rocks all day. Well, I don't want any old rocks sitting around me and Eric. And so we have no plans for any family meetups. I have a feeling that you misunderstood me a little too much there. Well, anyway, I just want you to know that you're not invited to our wedding. And as for meeting the rest of Eric's family, I have no plans to. So good day to you. Excuse me, Layla? I don't mind if you don't plan on meeting with Eric's family or letting this family meet yours, but I'm sure Eric doesn't agree with you, right? I think after you've calmed down a bit, you should try and rethink what you've said to me today before you begin to regret it.
I overheard that Layla may have said some pretty rude things to you yesterday.
Yeah, she sure did.
I knew it! She said to me that she was a bit drunk and said some things she probably shouldn't have to you. She said she's sorry, and so am I. That's why I thought I should tell you right now about it.
Then why is she not apologizing to me, and you are? I'd really like to hear it from her that she's actually sorry about everything she said.
I'm sure she's embarrassed about what she said to you, and that's the reason she doesn't want to approach you directly. And actually, this is pretty rare for you to stand up for yourself this much. Was it really that rude? What did she say to you?
That's not what I'm talking about, but if she plans to not apologize to me directly, maybe she's just asking you to apologize in her place so she doesn't feel she has to. And actually, I really am hurt by a few things she said to me, so I'd like to talk that all over with her. Ugh, maybe I'm just thinking about this too much. But do you really want to marry someone like her?
Why are you asking me something like that now?
I've just been wondering what about her has made you want to marry her. Hopefully, she's never this way with you.
Normally she's not that bad of a person, but recently, I've noticed her drinking a lot more often, and it's getting a bit annoying. However, I think she'll get over this little phase pretty soon. We have our wedding coming up soon, and she's probably just nervous for all of it.
I'm surprised you're this relaxed and understanding of her. Well, just make sure you don't let her put you on a leash or anything, okay? If things start to get even worse with her, please let me know.
Put me on a leash? What does that mean?
Either way, just know that I'm hoping for you to live a happy life. Well, I hope you're looking forward to the wedding. I'll make sure to get there a little early in order to talk with you some more. What the heck? Mia, you are here far too early, LOL. Seeing you here already freaked me out and I just happened to spill my wine all over you, LOL. You were freaking out? Are you sure it wasn't just you walking into me on purpose and spilling all that wine all over me for fun? Well, you could be right about that. But I couldn't help it, right? I made sure that anyone that came here today were in their 20s and nobody else that was older was invited. LOL. And in your case, you're way over the age limit, so you should just go, right? Excuse me? I could say that you're just naturally this terrible of a person, but could you also just be drunk right now? Even if I was drunk, this would have nothing to do with it, right? LOL. I said the age limit is 29 years old, LOL. So get lost, Grams. I don't want you here anymore, LOL. This is the first time I'm hearing about this age limit that's in place. Are you being serious about that? Of course! I don't want some smelly old people, especially you, coming in here and ruining my wedding's vibes, LOL. Just that smell alone that you all give off is enough to make the flowers here wilt. But now that you've come without being invited, I'm going to have to cut ties with you, LOL. Then what happened to you having Eric apologize to me for your rude actions? Does this mean you really are drunk off your butt again? That has nothing to do with the elderly, LOL. You are part of the elderly, aren't you? After all, you're 12 years older than my fiancé, LOL. I never asked to have any grandmas or grandpas here today, so please go home. Then the whole family is going to head home. When it comes to this family, everyone in it is above the age of 30, and I made sure to show my parents all the messages you've sent. Hold up, what? I don't really get what you mean, so can you explain? You seem to have made an enemy of everyone in Eric's family. Oh well, I guess. This is what you wanted, right? Well then, we're all heading home now. It'll be great to see if you really can pull the rest of this wedding off, LOL. Mia, hold on a second. I really don't get what you're talking about. Why would everyone else leave? I was just telling you to leave this place. Well, I'm in my 30s, like you said, but my parents are both in their 60s now. And you said that this wedding was only for those under the age of 30, right? So, you young folk can all go ahead and enjoy this wedding. Although I'm not really sure what this wedding is being held for anymore. If you'd planned to just have this wedding to have a party and all get messed up together, you should have chosen a different day and theme. That's not what all of this is about. Your parents and everyone else can stay. Well, it looks like you have to be under the age of 30 to be here, so we're all heading out. And also, my family is fed up with this, and we're all going to act as though this wedding never even happened in the first place. Huh? What? Hold on, Mia. All of the family that was here is going to be gone now. And in the case of all your family, they can't attend this wedding either, right? Honestly, you're better off just calling off this whole wedding right now. If you just wanted to have this party with all of your friends, you should have just said so from the very start. But you went out of your way to send us all the invite to this thing. We all gave up our time and energy to come here, all just to learn that we have to be under the age of 30. What a complete waste, Layla. You're wrong! That's not at all what I wanted everyone to do. Do you think you can all come back now? I'm sorry that you happened to misunderstand everything I said. No way that's happening now. Why not? Most of us elderly people can't even walk that much anymore, LOL. And you said that all of us stinky elderly aren't supposed to be at your wedding, so we've decided we can't walk back there now. So, you go and have all the fun in the world with all your young friends. Wait! Eric's getting really pissed off now. Well, he has the right to. He has every right to be pissed off with you for what you've said, and you ruining the wedding for him has really stuck a knife in his back. Help me, Mia! I can't deal with all of this now. Having all this happen on my very special day is literally the worst thing that's happened. Please, Mia. Can't you do something about all of this? I know there's something you can do to fix everything for me. Come on now, Layla. LOL. Coming to me now trying to get me to help you with your wedding is far too late. Maybe you could try and stop acting like you've done nothing wrong. You literally thought that because you were younger than everyone else, you could boss us all around. And in my case, you chose to spill a bunch of red wine all over me. What the hell have you been thinking? Anyone with a hint of sanity to themselves would never try something like that. I'm sorry, Mia. I never meant to do that to you. I can see now that pouring that wine all down your dress was a bit too much. It wasn't only me that you ended up making very embarrassed, but also Eric. And so I'm happy to see that he's getting upset over all you've done today. But I never planned for any of this to happen to me. I didn't think that a simple party trick would spiral out of control this badly. I just thought it'd make for a funny memory later on by me picking on you. And I'm saying that kind of thinking is what makes you a terrible person. I know that. I'll tell you everything straightforward now. I was maybe a little too drunk today, and being as drunk as I was, I thought it'd be funny to pour that wine on you and then call you a grandma in front of everyone. I promise I'll make this all up to you, so can you please grab everyone and come back here right now? I just want to make sure we can finish this wedding with no more hiccups. No, thank you. Why the hell not? All of us elderly are going to go back home like adults. LOL. You ended up taking your life down an ugly path with that drinking of yours. LOL. But yet again, this is what you wanted, so I have nothing else to say to this. And in Eric's case, it seems he no longer wants to be around you either. He's going to your parents as we speak to apologize to them, all because of you. What should I do? This is all going to ruin me. If I'm not able to marry Eric, then life is going to end for me. Today is supposed to be the day we get married, right? And if only you would have held back from the bottle a little bit longer, you could have had your wedding and your man. But it's a little too late to think about what could have been done differently now. I assume that even after this, you're not going to change that hideous character of yours. Both my parents are pissed at me now. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about all of this now. You really can't come and help me? I understand that my wedding isn't going to turn out the way I'd planned, but what did I do to deserve this? I've heard from Eric that he's been well aware of all the alcohol you've been drinking these days, and it seems that he could no longer hold himself back from letting you get away with it. My brother is a very reserved man, but he does not like watching people get treated poorly, and he especially doesn't like it when it's someone he loves that's treating another person horribly. And since him and I have been very close to one another ever since he was born, he can no longer forgive you for what you did to me and everyone else today. I don't think he'll ever think about marrying you again. Wait! If things keep going downhill like this, my parents are going to leave me behind as well. Why does my wedding have to be over all just because of one thing that I happen to say? I can see that even your parents are smart enough to cut ties to someone that thinks it's okay to get drunk and pick on the older sister of their fiancé. Thank goodness you seem to be the only stupid one around. Don't say such hurtful things to me! All I did was say one mindless thing, and that's it! I never meant to hurt anyone, and I said I'm sorry! You didn't only say some stupid and hurtful things, but you carried them out as well. The dress I have on is very, very expensive. Of course, I'll be asking for you to pay me back at some point. Red wine such as the one you spilled on me is not easy to take out. So I wonder if I'll just have to get another one of these high-brand dresses again. Hold on, please! Haven't I already apologized to you enough for all of this? You'll have to pay for the wedding getting canceled as well, probably. I think that'll really put a dent in your savings for sure. I have to pay for this wedding getting canceled too? I told you I don't want this wedding getting canceled! Also, out of your spite for me, you caused a lot of problems for everyone that came today. My brother has no other choice but to have you pay for everything. I think you'd better just give up now and try again starting a new life where you're less of a pain in the butt for everyone. LOL. Now, I'm going to leave. Wait, please, Emmy. I'm apologizing for all of this. I'll even get down on my hands and knees to say I'm sorry to you. Please come back to the wedding now, okay? You and all the family. We can even let everyone get together after this so your family and mine can bond more. You told me before you didn't want to perform such old traditions, right? LOL. You should be happy that us elderly people will never have to talk with one another anymore now. Well, with that, this old woman is going to say goodbye. Being in your 30s isn't even close to being old. You could still come. I just happened to have a really bad misunderstanding. I'm really sorry. Why won't you answer me right now? Please, I really want you to listen to me apologizing to you. You don't have to apologize to me for that, LOL. We no longer have a relationship with one another. Too bad you can never become my sister-in-law, huh? But luckily, you got everything you wished for today. Now, you and all your young friends enjoy the rest of your time today. Well, I suppose your fun time is up, though, since the wedding is officially over, LOL. And just like that, the wedding was canceled, and their chances of getting married were no more. My brother Eric had had enough of Layla, and since then has not once talked to her. And as for her parents, they were both also finished with their daughter's bullcrap and kicked her out of their house forever. Layla then tried to rely on some friends to help her out and let her stay with them, but they all knew how horrible of a person she was and just laughed in her face. She then was left with nobody to help her, and hopefully began to realize that she had no allies anymore. I'm sure this has all taken a definite mental toll on her, and I wonder if she'll ever recover from her mistakes.
Riley, I just heard about you from Mom. You ended up getting pregnant? I'm sure that'll be tough for you, but try and do your best.
Thanks for reaching out to me, Keith. It's been a long time since we've last talked, right? We haven't even seen each other since your wedding, I think. Once I've had my baby, you guys should come over to see them. But I'm sure you guys are pretty busy.
You're right about that. I've had a lot of business trips recently, and so I've been all tied up. But I think I'll be back in Ohio soon, so I look forward to visiting you guys.
It must be pretty hard on Jessica as well, right? You being out of the house all the time and such?
Well, a lot of the time, Jessica will just go back to her parents while I'm gone. I'm sure she has fun by herself while I'm gone.
Oh, I doubt that, Keith. I bet she's always feeling lonely not having you around with her.
That might also be true. I've been thinking of asking my company if it'd be okay to take a break from all the business trips for a while now, so that I can spend more time with her.
And that would mean a lot to her, I'm sure.
Well, for the time being, take care of yourself. When the time comes that you've had the baby, I'll talk with you again.
Thank you. And stay safe over there, Keith. I'm sure you like having a lot of work to focus on, but just make sure you're not overdoing it. Well, next time you're back in Ohio, let me know. Riley, how have things been for you? I heard that you've gotten pregnant. Congratulations. Are you getting close to term? Jessica, thanks for texting me. And I'm doing well, thanks. It's been a while since I've talked with you. I've only just found out that I'm pregnant, so it'll be a while yet before I am due. Is that so? Well, when it comes to that, I hope you don't get Keith too worked up over it. What do you mean by that? Well, you know how Keith has his troubles with anxiety, right? I know that he's already having issues worrying about himself and all, and he has to always worry about leaving me here while he's out of state. So, do you mind not really talking too often with him about your situation? Oh, you have a good point. He does tend to become a bit worked up when things are troubling him. Usually him and I don't text too often anyway, but you're right thinking that I should try to not get him any more worried than he already is. Right? So, do you think you can hold off on contacting him at all for a little while? Wait, hold off on contacting him in general? That's right. That'd be the best way of handling all of this. He's already worked up enough trying to stay in touch with me while he's gone, and I think even after he comes back, you should try and keep some distance from him. I don't want him worrying more than he already does about you. All right? You're his little sister after all, so you should want what's best for him, right? Is he really having that big of a problem with his anxiety right now? He's going through a lot. He's busy with work every day, and he just wants to be back here with me, but this year is looking pretty tough for him, so can you please listen to what I'm asking? I understand what you mean now. I had no idea about his whole situation. And I completely get why you'd be so worked up over this as well. I'll make sure to try my best to leave him alone from now on. I think that I'll give him a text when I do have my baby, but until then, I'll make sure not to stress him out at all. And when you have that baby, you can just let me know instead, and I'll pass it on to him. Huh? Are you sure about that? Yeah, because I'll be able to tell the perfect time when he should get that kind of news. So, from now on, if you have anything you'd like to tell Keith, do you mind checking with me first? I really never knew he was having that bad of a time. His anxiety has been the origin of all his stress lately. So, if he ends up texting or calling you about anything, please don't respond to him. When that happens, just let me know right away. Depending on how you handle all of this, will result in how well his mental health stays above the water. What? He's really having that difficult of a time dealing with everything? But you don't have to worry that much about him. We are a couple, so I'll make sure to care for him. Well, if you think you'll be okay with him, then I guess I can leave you both alone. Jessica, please take good care of Keith while he's away. You can leave him with me. I'll make sure he's all taken care of. Well then, if anything happens that he needs to know about, I'll make sure to contact you first. For the time being, enjoy your time at your parents' house.
Are you not embarrassed by what you've done?
Huh? Keith, long time no see. Why are you talking to me like that all of a sudden?
You know very well what I'm talking about. I've never once thought you were this careless of a person until now. I'm not only completely disappointed in you, but also just horrified. Do you not feel any responsibility for any of this? Do you think after giving birth you don't have to bother anymore?
What the heck are you talking about, Keith? We haven't even been talking to one another for a long time now, but now you've come out of nowhere talking to me like that? What happened? Can you explain to me everything in detail so that I can understand all of this?
Even after approaching you like this, you still don't have a clue. Well, whatever. I'm at my limits now, so I'll have to tell you bluntly. You've been handing your baby off to my house every day.
Huh? What does that mean?
I'm not gonna let you act like you don't remember any of this. And what you've been doing is the worst thing any mother could do to their child. I misjudged you.
Hold on, man. LOL. Are you sure you're not just extremely jet-lagged right now? I literally have no idea what you're on about, Keith.
Are you kidding me? Even though you come to my house every day and leave your baby here, and then on weekends you don't even come back for your baby? What the hell is this?
Huh? Are you saying someone's leaving a kid at your house?
It's your baby, Riley. You're the one that keeps leaving it here, so who else's baby could it be?
Alright, so what I'm getting from this is that there is in fact a child at your house right now. But that kid is not my kid. So can you stop trying to think that it is and getting all upset at me?
You think you could play dumb here and tell me lies like that? For the longest time now, I've been up all night because your baby won't stop crying. Why do you keep doing this to me? Isn't it messed up of you to leave your baby with my wife every day, forcing us to care for it? I'm no longer going to take care of it. And if you don't come over here right now to apologize to my wife, I'm cutting ties with you.
But my baby is still in my belly.
Huh? Then what's this baby doing here?
I don't have a clue whose kid that is. I have not been coming to your house to drop off any babies. I still have a baby inside me and can barely even go out often these days.
Huh. Then what is going on here?
Well, there's no use in asking me because I don't know either. LOL. Who the heck's kid is that? And who told you that it was my kid in the first place?
Jessica told me that she's had to take care of your kid all the time.
What? But I haven't even given birth to my baby yet, so how is she taking care of it all this time? It's still a while out until I'm supposedly due.
Then why? What the hell is up with this kid?
Well, I can see that you've come back home then. Why didn't you tell me anything when you came back? I told you to tell me when you get home so we could check up on one another, right?
I was told not to try talking to you. I was told that you've been having a lot of anxiety about your baby, and that talking to you would only make you more stressed. So I assumed that it wasn't the best time for a while.
What? But I still haven't even gotten around to having my baby yet. Who told you all of that? Well, I'm assuming you'll say Jessica, but...
That's just it though, so I have no idea what's going on.
She told me not to contact you in any way because of your anxiety.
Huh.
She told me that because of your work and being away from everyone that you'd become extremely stressed and anxious again. She was the one that told me all of that, hence me not contacting you at all. And she even told Mom and Dad not to talk with you.
I'll talk to her about this.
You need to do that. I'm not sure whose kid that is there, but the fact that there even is someone's kid in your house is crazy. Jessica is with you right now, right?
Since today I have the day off, she left me to care for the baby while she went out.
Could you ask and see if she's at your in-laws right now? They might be able to help you out with this.
I'm sorry about everything that happened before. I understand all that's going on now.
I see. What ended up happening? Whose baby is that?
That baby turns out to be my wife's secret baby.
I should have known that from the start. I was starting to get the feeling that that's what happened. I just didn't want to say anything to you at the time.
But I ended up treating you like a jerk and made you second guess everything over here. And because I believed everything Jessica told me about you, I went for so long without ever reaching back out to you.
But I'm in the same boat as you are, so you don't have to be sorry for any of this. But I wish one of us had spoken to the other a lot sooner than this. It must have been tough on you having a baby there that has turned out to have not been mine. Aren't you at least happy you came and contacted me finally?
Jessica was telling me not to worry about any of it. She said that looking after your baby wasn't a problem for her, and she told me to stop blaming you for something you couldn't control. And so that's why I never reached out to you sooner. I was also out of the state a lot for business, and so it was hard for me to fully understand everything that was going on at home. But now being home for the last couple of weeks has shown me what was really going on, and I thought it was all your fault that we had to take care of the baby.
Well, I can understand that when Jessica has been telling you the whole time that it's my baby.
But I chose to believe her. I believed her stupid lies for over 6 months and never once talked to you, but I finally had a break in order to let you know.
And that's why you were so upset about everything then. I was really surprised.
I'm so sorry about that. I just assumed that you already had your baby and everything.
But it's not your fault that she forced you to believe her lies. At least I really haven't had my baby just yet. I want to know how many months has it been now since her baby was born?
Around 7 months now.
What? So this was after you guys got married then?
That's right. It seems that after we got married, she made sure to keep her pregnancy hidden from me.
Hold on though, that's actually really crazy, Keith.
I'm sure I would have noticed her belly getting bigger, but I was never home for a while, and so I never got to see her. That time I was gone was also when she had that baby, I'm sure.
Can she actually get away with that? You're telling me all those times you video called and such you never noticed?
I just assumed she was eating a lot for a while, and that she'd gotten a bit fat. And then when I finally got back home, there was a baby here. And she immediately told me it was your baby that you'd left with us, so I believed her. I assumed you were still having troubles of your own mentally, and so I didn't want to bother you.
Jessica really lied about everything then. This was all a part of her plan then, huh?
I know that before we got married she was cheating on me, and once we had gotten married she must have noticed she was pregnant. And since she didn't get that big while carrying the baby, she could keep it all a secret while I was gone, until she was finally able to give birth. And I think she just planned to keep this lie going for as long as she could, even if that meant ruining our relationship between you and I.
Well, you can't just let her get away with this, right?
Well, I think her plan is to wait for me to leave on a trip again, and during that time, hand off the baby to one of her family members to take care of, and then act like none of this ever happened.
There's no way she'll be able to do that now, though, right? LOL.
I know that, but she has done so well keeping this all a secret from me. I think she'll just continue to play dumb, even if I do confront her until the very end. She made it this far, right?
What are you going to do now?
I'm going to divorce her instead. That baby's not mine. It's from the man she cheated on me with. And I'm sure she'll still want me to stay with her. But I know well enough that she'd only want me around for my money. Also, she got you all wrapped up in this mess. I just can't deal with her anymore.
Keith, this is rough.
I'm so sorry that you had to end up in the middle of this, Riley. And me getting that upset with you before was not okay.
You don't have to worry about that. I 100% understand why you'd get that way after what you've explained to me. But I just wish you would have come to me sooner about all of this so that I didn't have to be called a bad mother. LOL.
I'm very sorry for saying that. I really did think you were an idiot for a bit there. But when you're getting closer to having your baby, I feel bad that I had to get you wrapped up in our marriage problems.
There's no need to apologize to me. I'm sure that from now on you'll have a hard road ahead of you. So good luck. Just know that Mom, Dad, and myself are all here for you if you need more support.
Just hearing that from you gives me a lot of confidence. Good luck with your baby, okay? I look forward for the day you have that baby.
And I look forward to you divorcing that crazy woman. Make sure to have fun with it. Just remember you can talk to me anytime now. In the end, Keith was able to divorce Jessica. He was also able to get a settlement from both Jessica and that man she had been with and then proceeded to kick her out of the house. From there, Jessica returned home to her parents' house. If she had never lied to him about the baby in the first place, Keith may have been okay raising that baby with her. But by the time he'd figured out, it was already far too late. Well, she did get me involved in all of it, so I don't blame him for tossing her out. At one point, Keith even brought Jessica to my house and had her get on her knees to beg for my forgiveness. But since then, I'm not sure what has happened with her besides going back to her parents' place. And as for Keith, he's back out of state with work. He looks to be doing well with his work now, and that's good news to me. And back in my home, I was able to finally have my baby, which my brother immediately fell in love with when first coming to see. And he told me right before he had left back out of state that he was no longer talking or listening to Jessica anymore. Thank goodness for that.